Lance is naturally really vocal, which helps me out a lot. When you're in a practice, you can always hear his voice. He's always talking a lot. And I'm vocal too, but naturally you always hear his voice. So for me, it takes a lot of pressure off me. And I think I'm a little bit more of a lead by example, which so we complement each other really well. And Lance is a great leader and a great captain. And we just bounce ideas off each other, and really works well.
Can you talk a little bit about the team dynamic? Obviously, you guys don't have as much on the perimeter, yet you've got a ton of guys down low. What is that like?
Yeah, well, it's different, no question. It's exciting. I think when we're in practice, we're used to guarding 6'8", 6'9" guys, whether it be Kyle or Ryan, because those guys are on the perimeter. We're such a big team. And I think when you look even myself at point guard, I'm a big guard, so when our whole lineup, when you look at it, we can really create mismatches. So going into this year, that's something we really need to exploit.
Can you talk about what you've seen out of Andre?
Well, Dre's been really good so far. Once I heard he was coming, I was really excited, and he's been everything I expected and more. He works really hard, and man, he can really score. He can really shoot the basketball, and he's going to be a big weapon for us, And so he just has been through almost a little crash course these 6 weeks or whatever it's been, and he's been working really hard. He's been a big weapon for us this year.
What's been the most surprising thing that you've seen out of him since he got here?
He's really athletic and he can finish. And the way he shoots the ball, I knew he could shoot it, but we only played together once. He could really shoot it. So that's, I wasn't surprised. I knew he could, but it's something that really impressed me.
Who's the best shooter on the team?
Well, Dre's right there. I think we have a lot of good shooters. Seth is on the team. Seth can really shoot the ball, man. Seth, Dre, myself, those guys are great.
Do you agree with the people who say he's back?
No, I don't. I think, going into the year when I thought Andre wasn't going to come, even when I didn't know he was going to come, Nolan and I were ready for it to be just us two. And, whatever it might have been, we were going to make it work because this is my last year, and there's so many things we want to do as a team this year. So the fact that Dre's here also and Kyle, those are 4 really good guards. And for us, we just need to play smart, play together, and our backcourt's great.
I would think a lot of teams would be pressing you guys this year. Mm-hmm. What can Jon Scheyer do to stay fresh throughout all that?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, I think we know we can expect some pressure, and for us, we just need to be smart about it. I think one thing is I need to be in really great shape because I know teams might try to take mine or Nolan's legs out of the game. And so for me, it's not going to be strictly 100% my responsibility to take care of the ball, but as a group, we're a really good ball handling team. Mason can handle the ball as a big, and Kyle and Nolan can also. So that's something where if someone wants to pressure me really hard, Nolan can bring it up, or we can do things like that.
I'm sure you've stayed in touch with Gerald since he's gone off the NBA. Mm-hmm. What has he kind of told you about his experience? Giving you any tips, any good stories?
No, I got a chance to check out his game when he was in Greensboro. And that was exciting to see him play. And the main thing is he's having a really good time. The guys are treating him well and getting rookie, rookie treatment, which is always good.
So, did he wear a costume yet or anything?
Well, I haven't heard anything like that. But I'm sure there's been some stuff going on. But the main thing is he's doing well and he's checking in on us, seeing how we're doing, and we'll stay in touch throughout the year.
Jon, you mentioned Seth. Can you give us a little scouting report? We're not going to see much of him this year. You're not going to get to play with him. But can you tell us just what the...
Yeah, well, I wish I was playing with him because he's really good. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people next year how good he is. He's really crafty with the ball, and he can really shoot it. And he knows how to play the game. Like his brother, he's very similar in that regard. They just know how to play the game. So next year he's going to be really successful, and he can play either guard spot, and he's a dangerous offensive weapon.
You mentioned earlier guarding in practice, you ended up guarding a lot of 6'8", 6'9" guys. But how valuable is it going to be to have him to go off against in practice and guard a real guard?
Oh, for sure. Well, there's 2 good things about it. One thing is that he doesn't have games this year, so his games are going to be practices. So he's really going to come out every practice trying to kill our team, which is good, especially for Nolan and I. And then also, he's as good as any guard we're going to play. I mean, he's that good. So to be able to go up against that in practice is something that really helps.
Can you talk about, there's been talk that this team might play some zone because it's a big team. Can you talk about whether you think that's something that might fit your guys' personality this year?
Yeah, I won't put anything past. With our length, I think more than anything, our length is really good. So however we can use that to the best of our ability, I think we'll do. We've looked at zone in the past, but this year, because we are a bigger team, I know we definitely won't press as much and extend ourselves as we have, but zone is definitely a possibility.
Can you talk about Lance and what he brings to the team, especially on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, well, Lance is so active, defensively, and he knows where he needs to be. We have he's pretty rare in the fact that he can guard 1 through 5. He can guard anybody on the court, so what it does for the rest of the guys, it just makes it so much easier for him. So having him be active like that, he can rebound, guard point guard, it just helps a lot.
John, an event like tomorrow, does it energize the players, energize the students, the fan base?
Yeah, definitely. I think, I haven't heard this much excitement about the first day or a blue-white scrimmage since I've been here. I think people are really excited about it. I know the guys are, on the team. I think, I can't wait personally and talking about it with other guys. Everybody's just really excited.
Coach said you weren't going to participate in the dunk contest.
No, actually, myself, Ryan, and Casey Peters, and I'm not going to participate.
We were lobbying to get you a 3-point shooting.
Yeah, or at least I thought a horse competition would be good, but I guess we're not doing that. Man, it's going to be tough. If I had to pick my favorite, it'd be Mason. I think he's been practicing. I've seen some of the stuff he can do. It's pretty crazy. And Oleg might surprise some people too. That's his specialty.
You see Mason's 3 basketball dunks?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to pull it out tomorrow. I've been seeing that one recently, so we'll see if he does it.
That's costing McDonald's.
Yeah, he can do it though. I've seen him do it before. So.
John, what's it going to be like playing so many athletic bigs this year? It's kind of like a just totally different look for your team than it's been since you've been here.
Yeah, it is. I think the one thing that isn't addressed a lot about the big guys is even though we're a bigger team, we can really run. And with Miles and Mason inside, they can really run the floor. They can jump. They're long. So even though we're bigger, we're just as athletic. So that's something we can really use to our advantage when we get the ball off turnovers or rebounds. We have 5 guys who can really run the floor well.
Do you think it's really helpful, maybe this year more so than others, that since you're trying to change so much of your style, that coach gets to work with you guys for a little bit, I guess, because he gets a couple hours with you guys now every week or whatever it is. Do you think that's particularly helpful this year since you are going through a little bit of transition?
Yeah, it is. Well, I think it's helpful just because we've had a chance. We knew we were going to play different this year, but we didn't know how. And going into the year, we have a better idea. So we picked up right where we should be. So now with practice starting tomorrow, we should be able to pick up right away and continue practice the way we have.